Hi, everyone. Well, we are going to do an American vodka comparison. That's right, vodka. We like to hit all ends of the spectrum. Even though we spend most of our time on bourbon and whiskey reviews, we do like to hit other spirits too. That's why I'm called Jeff of all trades, not just bourbon, even though that is my number one passion. But there is a connection here to bourbon. You'll see why in a minute. We are going to review and compare Tito's handmade vodka out of Austin, Texas. Everybody knows this one. Very, very popular. Versus Wheatley vodka from the Buffalo Trace Distillery out of Frankfort, Kentucky. There's your connection to bourbon right there. The Wheatley vodka made by the world-renowned Buffalo Trace Distillery, named after its master distiller, Harlan Wheatley. Now, on paper, if these are both American vodkas, I would say nationwide, certainly Tito's, I think, is more popular. Wheatley's is a craft distillery. Now, obviously, Buffalo Trace is quite popular, but in terms of the vodka world, I think, my opinion, I could be wrong. I am by no means a vodka expert, but the Tito's, I think, is more popular in the vodka scene and in terms of vodkas than this. This would be considered a craft vodka. It is something basically where they've expanded beyond their, bourbon lines, and whiskey, and they have this one again named after the master distiller. But what I want to do is I want to see which one I like better. I have put this Wheatley's vodka up against other vodkas before that I've had around the house. This one won. But Tito's, I know, is a very, very popular one. And I wanted to actually make this an American vodka comparison. The other vodkas I put this up against were, I believe one was Grey Goose. Absolute. I think anything could beat Absolute, but I think there was another one. In any event, quickly on this one, Tito's. This is 80 proof. It is distilled from corn. So there you have a lot of these processes start in a similar way to bourbon and whiskey, and then in the middle of that process, they can go with different directions. I did learn that when I visited a few distilleries on my end. This is crafted in old-fashioned pot stills, similar process to some single malt scotches. I believe this brand was founded in 1997 by sixth generation Texan Tito. I think his last name was Beveridge, spelled differently. So everybody knows this one. I figured I'd get a little sample here, and this would be a good way to compare it. Wheatley's vodka out of the Buffalo Trace Distillery. This really nice bottle here that I have had it on the shelf quite some time because I don't drink vodka that often. I found this crisp and clean when I have opened it. This is distilled primarily from wheat. I believe this is red winter wheat. You think of red winter wheat, you think of Maker's Mark. But it's distilled from red winter wheat and a blend with corn. But I think there's more wheat in this, whereas this I think is just corn. This is distilled 7 times, and then I think it's filtered, I think 3 times. So basically, in other words, you have this 10 times distilled and triple filtered. And that's very unique, I think. Again, named after the master distiller of Buffalo Trace, Harlan Wheatley. Those are some of the fun facts. I think this would be considered a small batch vodka. So in any event, we're going to put these in glasses and get started. Okay, so we have these poured in glasses. I am going to be using, since we're doing American vodkas, I'm going to use these glasses that I got from the Asbury Park Distilling Company right here in Asbury Park, New Jersey. So I have them in order here. Tito's, Wheatley's. I don't really notice much difference in color. These are clear spirits. I thought when I looked at the bottle, I thought the Tito's was a drop darker. I don't know if you can notice any differences in this light. I don't, but there may be ever so subtly. So let's start with the order that we discussed. Let's start with the Tito's first. The 80 proof Tito's distilled from corn. Cheers. I'm just not really a vodka drinker, but it's different for me. And now let's go with the Wheatley's vodka. Cheers. And there's that red winter wheat with the corn. Tito's. I'm still going with, and I'm not saying this because I love Buffalo Trace Distillery. I was going to do this blind, but I'm really not that much of an expert in terms of vodka to pick out different notes subtly, and certainly doing it blind. I still find, meaning I found this in other comparisons before. I know this is, this would be considered, take it off. Potatoes is a kind of a heavyweight in the American business, but I still find this Wheatley's vodka just crisper and smoother. It's just me, or maybe it's not, but I really do find that if I'm drinking it straight, I just find the Wheatley's vodka a little easier, smoother. This is, I don't know if I'd say this is bitter. Again, it's vodka. It's a totally different taste. When I reviewed it last time, compared it, I just find this a little bit crisper and cleaner. And by no means am I saying that Wheatley's vodka is one of the best vodkas out there, because I know, I'm pretty sure it's not. But for me, as a non-vodka drinker, with a relatively, an amateur tongue as far as vodka, I just hadn't found this before. This is a clean, crisp vodka, easier to drink than some others. If I'm going to drink it neat, which I really wouldn't, I would have this as a mixer. So I just find for this matchup right here, Tito's versus Wheatley's vodka wins. That's it. Now let's go back to bourbon. Cheers. Take care. Thanks for watching.